From a distance, you think this car is a Volvo V70, but look again. This estate on steroids is actually an XC70 Ocean Race.
Formerly known as the Whitbread Round the World, 10 years ago the global sailing contest became the Volvo Ocean Race. To make the most of its sponsor status, Volvo's special edition models are badged accordingly. It is perhaps thanks to the Volvo Penta brand that Volvo has strong ties to the waterborne fraternity, but in any event, much of its range will come in handy for lugging all the paraphernalia of a weekend sailing. Of course, yachtsmen are not the only ones with a ton of gear to haul around. What we want to know is, could this be a suitable dive wagon? The line between a state car and SUV becomes blurred, as the XC70 is a bit of both. Visually it shares the proportions of the V70, albeit with a raised ride height. In the UK, most XC70s come with all-wheel drive. This one has the 5-cylinder D3 engine packing 163 PS of power and a stonking 420 Nm of torque, with power directed via a 6-speed Geartronic automatic gearbox. Put your foot down and the 0 to 60 sprint takes a respectable 9.6 seconds, while the steering is precisely weighted for accurate cornering. There's quite a lot of body roll, however, due to the extra ride height. The trade-off for having four-wheel drive is its extra fuel consumption and CO2 emissions, 41.5 miles per gallon combined and 179 grams per kilometre, take the XC70 D3 into road tax band I, costing £210 a year. At the thick end of 2 tonnes, this is a heavy car, but its mass is kept in check thanks to a raft of active and passive systems, including dynamic stability and traction control. You could use it to tow a horse box or a caravan, but obviously it's a rib we're interested in. Luckily, the XC70 can be specified with load compensating suspension or active rear shock absorbers. Sensors monitor the angle of the body and, under load, increase fluid in the shocker, keeping the car level, so no more dangerous nose in the air driving. It even works if you just load the boot up with gear, all 1600 litres of it with the seats folded.
When you return from freezing your arse off, the beautiful cabin bids you a warm welcome. It's luxuriously trimmed and should prove hard wearing too. These heated front seats are a godsend when you've been in the water.
The on-the-road price of this XC70 is £32,315. Luckily the seats are comfy, as you'll need to be sitting down when I tell you that spec'd up with these options will leave little change from £43,000.
So no, it's not cheap, but if you need to lug your dive buddies and all their clobber in total comfort, the Volvo XC70 Ocean Race is a fine way to do it.